Where the f is the ginger dude? Who's the ginger dude?
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to Monkey Shine Lab, such as it is. And today, what I've got for you is, instead of a store crawl and everything else, I've got a little bit of a review of a piece of hardware that I bought in order to play some software. Recently, if you've paid attention to some of the technology, Apple has allowed the emulator Delta to be distributed through the App Store, which is a new one. Apple products have never supported emulation, and the arguments against and for emulation are many and varied and deeply nuanced. But essentially, an emulator is a piece of software which sort of, becomes whatever hardware the program needed to run on it. So you can run old games and old pieces of software on these emulators. Now, in order to play the game, you have to have the ROM, and a ROM is basically a picture of the program itself, a copy of the program, if you will. And you can get those on the internet. Google is your friend. I can't really talk about any of this because there are certain legalities that do enter in, and it's the reason why people have such an argument for or against it, okay? But that's not what this program is about. I have some ROMs in my possession of stuff that I have always loved. I have lots of hard copy of different programs and stuff like that, so I'm not going to get into any of that. But what I am going to talk about is what I've purchased in order to use this new emulator, Delta, on my Apple iPhone. This is what's called an 8bitDo. That's the company, 8bitDo, all one word. This is a micro controller for retro games, specifically stuff like NES or Genesis or any of the rest of that. It's a neat piece of hardware. As you can see, it is incredibly small. Let me back it off the camera, and you can kind of see how small this thing is. It doesn't even cover my glasses. The reason why I decided to pick this up, first of all, I didn't know it was quite this small. But the idea here is that you can have something that you just slip in your shirt pocket or in your pants pocket, and if you are at the doctor's office, or if you are in the line at the DMV or whatever else, you can sit and play a little retro stuff, okay? This came in a neat little box. The box itself contains the unit itself, a charging dongle, and a wrist strap, which is sort of made out of rubbery stuff. This would be handy if you were going to use this controller, if you're going to hand it to a kid or something. It's probably a little safer way to deal with it. I don't think I will probably use the hand cord for anything, but it does have a little spot on the corner to feed that through, and sort of, so you've always got something. I mean, it would be useful if you use carabiners on your backpack or something like that. This thing can just flop around like a keychain, really. You could use it as a keychain if you wanted to, I would imagine. But it also comes with a little charger dongle. I do not call this a charge cable. I mean, come on. But it is the oval shaped. I believe this is C, USB-C. I don't know. Anyway, so there's a way to charge it. I have charged it up, and I have spent the last couple of days, whenever I could, kind of playing some games with this. I'm not going to include any of the game footage in here because that it can also be a no-no on Facebook. That can also be a no-no here on YouTube, which is basically social media. People, don't be fooled. This is no different than Facebook, really. And you're all my friends. Anyway, this unit comes with a little instruction sheet. Not a little instruction sheet, it's actually huge. You'll want to recycle it when you're done with it. But it's a very quick two-step operation to get it paired up with your phone. And then the rest of the time, if you turn it on, it's ready to go. Just power it up and it kicks right in. Now on the Delta emulator, there are ways to use touch controls, and there are haptics, which basically it makes the vibrator in the phone do a little bump, like when you hit the button on the screen, so that you feel like you're hitting an actual physical button. But quite honestly, my hands need a little something more than that, and most people's do when you're playing things like platformers and other things like that. So this little unit actually does a wonderful job of that. I've played several different platformers, Rayman, and I've played some Donkey Kong, and I've played some Frogger, and I've played some other things on this. And first off, I did not have as much in terms of uncomfortable play as I thought I was going to have. With a unit this small, you do worry as an adult that this is going to be just something that's going to give you hand cramps. It doesn't. I was able to play things like Doom, which use the stacked shoulder buttons here. You have an L1 and L2, R1 and R2. The little tiny buttons there are the 2s. The little big buttons are the 1s. And so you can play stuff up through SNES on this, and even Game Boy Advance, and all that other good stuff, and it actually works really, really well. There's been no technological hiccups with this unit. There's been absolutely no problems with it at all. And I think that carrying it around, if I have a doctor's appointment or something like that, because old people have a lot of doctor's appointments, I can now fear not, because I can actually go sit for wherever I'm going to sit for 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever it's going to be. And this will last. I have not recharged it since charging it 2.5, 3 days ago. I've done a bunch of play on it, and it does not hiccup, it does not stutter, it does not fart. Yeah. So, my final verdict on this thing is, yeah, it's a buy. It's not going to be the most comfortable thing that you've ever used, but also if you have like kids who have smaller hands, this is useful and can be hooked up to a Nintendo Switch, say. So if you've got retro games that you've purchased off of the Nintendo shop, this little controller will hook up to your Switch and you can play retro games on it. I can see this being very useful because I have a lot of little grandsons and a brand new granddaughter now who have smaller hands. And so this actually would be very functional. And you can hook up to 4 of these damn things up to the Delta program. So if you buy these, they will figure out that there are more than one of them in the area. And it's like I said, they're really easy to pair with whatever device that you've purchased. So I expected to dislike it. I expected to say that it was unplayable. You know, that something this size was, with this tiny little controller, was going to be useful. But it is. It is. It's not the greatest thing. This is not the new sliced bread, folks. But this thing is worth the money. Okay? I think I paid $20 for it on Amazon. So it'll ship right to your door. And they do make some slightly different models of this too. There is one that was more of an oval shape with a much more shiny finish to it, but it's essentially the same size. So if you see another one that the 8bitDo makes that's an oval, it's no different size than this, honestly. This is called the Micro. I don't remember exactly what that one was called, but is this going to be a controller that you're going to sit around and play Tecmo football with your friends for hours and hours and hours? Probably not. But is it a gamepad that will help you get through a couple of appointments or, train rides or whatever else in your life? Absolutely. I recommend it. Don't buy it if you're gonna think about gaming for hours on it, though. Okay? It's the one caveat. It will be too small for certain things. Okay? But I've played Blackthorn, I've played Batman, I've played a whole bunch of platformers and stuff like that. Stuff that you would think, man, this is gonna hurt my hand after a little while. No. The buttons are very have a nice feel to them, and once you get used to where your hands are going to reside on this thing, it becomes very second nature, and you can just throw it in. I have dropped it several times, obviously, and it's just fine. It's just fine. So anyway, neat little Bluetooth wireless system. Also, it allows you to listen to earphones while you're playing your games, so that you don't have to drive your parents or your friends or your wife, like me, crazy with game sounds. Okay, that's the 8bitDo Micro. Go get you one if you want one. Okay. Now, going along here, just to make this sort of worthwhile, I do have a couple of toy hunt videos that were filmed earlier this week that didn't make full episodes themselves, so I've just sort of crammed it all together, and it's coming up right here. So I will see you later. Enjoy this little run through a couple of my toy hunting areas, box stores here in Salem. And I'll see you all again very, very, very soon. In your dreams. Tonight. Because you haven't subscribed yet. You need a visit. Anyway, hit the subscribe button if you think about it. Please leave a comment. We'd always love to hear from all of you. And remember, anybody here on YouTube whose content you enjoy, hit that subscribe button. I'm not just asking for myself. I'm letting you know that this is something that you need to do for all the people here on YouTube whose content you enjoy. It's free for you to do, but it does wonderful things for all of the people out there who are working very hard to entertain and or otherwise here on YouTube. All right? Thanks a lot. Very good. Later. Bus drivers love me. I hang at least the car length back from the crosswalk, because one time a car almost hit me coming from the left side. It was on its hood, reached right past the front of my car, and it was because I could see the whole crosswalk, like I was back away from the intersection. I could actually get it done. I didn't get hit broadside. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the old Monkey Shining Lab. I don't know what his problem was. I'm doing the speed limit. Maybe he think he saw somebody he knows. Maybe he think he see a star. You don't know. It could be. It's not me, of course. Anyway, I gotta go get a few things here, and so come with me as I get the green lights. Screw up my framing again. It's gonna be a big long day of editing. Either that or you're gonna just see a lot of rough footage. Probably the latter. Did I get that right? I don't even know. Anyway, come with me. Hey, look at that. Red Mulch was my my radio name back when I was working in Iowa. That's a fantastic deco. Man, good look. Everything else is kind of picked over. I don't know where they did real vehicles in those dress trucks. I thought that was just a whole bunch of Fast and Furious sets missing missing the Volkswagens, and the everything else is here. But all the VWs are gone. Typical. And not a big deal because I'm not collecting them, but I know a lot of people who are. Gonna take a look at the Matchbox, but I don't think there's anything has come up, and I've never ever, for the record, never seen that country wagon, that Ford country wagon. So, yeah, I guess that's that, Mattress Man. What? What the hell? It just looks like a dump. Literally a dump of Hot Wheels. Oh my. Oh my. Lego. take a risk. Subscribe. You'll make Squirtle happy if you subscribe. Alright. Those are really cool. I don't know about $14 worth of cool, but they're cool. And there's that altered beast werewolf, which is pretty cool. Honestly, would love to unbox one, see what it's all about. And not much going on in the wrestling. Oh boy. Seriously. Sorry, my arm is in the direct sunlight. It must be blinding. How's it going, everybody? This is part 2 of yesterday's video, which I started and never finished. I need some cat sand. It's time to get a new bottle of cat sand. So let's go see what's out there. Okay. Figures. It's all the way in the bag, too. Oh well. I guess I don't care about it that much. Very cool.
No, I'm not taking the bomb taking
Mustang funny car. 8bitDo. Chevy. Spam truck. Haven't seen that one in a while. And that's that. Mattress Man. Shocker. Nothing but the Mercedes. I love this. Beautiful. But that's that. Mattress Man. Oh well. Okay. I can't help but take that personally. And this is why I never come down here. I feel like I need to pick that up though. Get it out of the package. Yeah. I think everybody's picking up on the fact that Mercedes sucks.